Hi. So today I'm going to show you how to do shading. And there are few things which we have to consider while we are shading. So first is the fabric. Is the fabric shiny? Is the fabric matte? So if it's a regular matte fabric, then I'll have three tone: my base tone, the darker tone, the lighter tone. But if I have a shiny fabric, there will be a fourth tone, which will be the light reflection part. So we have to consider all these things. Another thing is the fabric, the weightage of the fabric. So if the fabric is heavy, if it's thick, then it will have lesser crease line. But if it's a flimsy fabric, then it will have more crease line. Again, the flow of the fabric, the pattern of the dress, the crease line would fall according to the flow of the fabric. So in this video, I'm going to show you all the details. Let's do it. So as you can see, I've started with this yellow colored dress, which has got this cascade. It's a one side buckled draped dress, and it has got a semi dupatta attached. So I'm starting first with the black outline. Now usually I do not outline the garment first. I do the shading, at the end I do the outlining. But this time I am starting first with the outline. Okay, so since I'm going to be teaching you how to do the shading, I've chosen a cascade. I've chosen a draped dress, so that I can show you how a crease line falls and how a shading is supposed to be done. I'm also adding a attached dupatta or a attached drape to the dress. Okay, while designing, add as much detail to your illustration. It's very important. It adds to the persona. So while starting with the skin shading, I usually use 3 to 4 color. So first is my base color. Now understand, whenever you do a base color, it is 100% rendering. That means you cover the whole area completely with the first tone. Now I'm starting with the second tone. Now the second tone is usually 50% or less than that also. So the first color, if I'm coloring all the area, my second tone, I'll do lesser. So 50% of it. Now understand where I'm shading. Sides are always darker. Then the neckline, the eye sockets, all these are going to be the darker area. So shade accordingly. Understand where it will be darker, and then while shading, it has to be a very smooth shading. It should not be patchy. I'm adding the fourth tone also. So as you go from second to third to fourth, the rendering goes, area covered is less and less. So if you see over here, I'm just giving the outline, just slightly. So that's how the skin shading is done. Now I have a habit of drawing the base for the hair. So even if I'm giving a black hair, I always shade it with the first skin tone or the base tone, as I call it. Okay, giving the lips, eyeshadow, adding the eyes. Okay, now these are the colors I'm using for the dress, the yellow color. Starting first with the base. So as I said, the first tone, your base tone would be 100% coverage. So I'm going to color every part of it. Okay, I'm giving a flat shading. I'm not doing too much of dark tone, light tone. So it's just one color and a flat shading. Okay, now understand the crease line. The crease lines are falling according to the pattern. So if my dress, in this particular dress, the garment is pulled on one side. So the crease line are radiating from that buckle. And there's a cascade happening. Now while doing the cascade also, understand the flow, understand whether, see if you see the lines are radiating from that buckle. So your cascades crease lines are also very important. Okay. So I'm shading the whole first 100% coverage. Always start with the lightest color. Now again, it depends upon the medium you're using. So there are certain mediums where I've used poster color, or if I'm using watercolor, I not necessarily start with the lighter color. Many times I start the darker color also. Okay, I'm starting with the second tone. I made a blunder over here with the fingers, see? But don't worry, हम लोग कुछ कर लेंगे. I'll do something about it. Okay, so this is my second tone. Now, if you could see, I'm doing almost 50% of coverage now on the same line. Now, again, I'm doing the shading on the darker tones. So, my crease lines, I'm highlighting those crease lines. Now, while drawing the cascade, understand the shadow of the upper crease falls on the lower part. So, that part is darker. Now, again, over here also, the third cascade, that part is going to be darker. Now, the reason I've chosen cascade is I've seen many of y'all use dupattas and stoles, and it's a drape. So, when a drape, the crease lines, I wanted y'all to teach how a crease line will fall. Again, as I said, crease line differs according to the fabric weight also. So, if it's a softer fabric, you'll have a more crease lines. So, adding a second tone to it. Now, that's an attached stole or attached drape. Again, I'm doing the sides. I'm highlighting the creases just at the side. Over here also I've given a cascade kind of feel. Now, with fashion illustration, you can glamorize it. You can, like, not necessarily a dupatta would fall this way. Even if it's not very realistic, if it's glamorized, if it's stylized, it's okay. Up to until it looks beautiful. But don't forget the aesthetics and don't forget the fundamentals. That means your crease line cannot go random. You have to follow the fundamentals. Okay, so I'm adding a third tone. Now again, if you see, I'm using less of the color. So in this case, it could be like 20%, just shading the darker tones. Now again, below the crease, that fold, that part is going to be darker. So adding darker lines to the creases. Shoulders are going to be darker. The area which is buckled up, that part is going to be darker. Below the bust is going to be darker. Sides are darker. Oh, that fingers, I've done missed it, huh? But it's okay, I'll do something. Okay, so sides are darker. Now I've left that particular crease line almost, first tone, the lightest tone. Now I'm not coloring the reverse part of the fabric. I'll be doing it with a different color so that you can understand the difference between the front and the back. But usually the front and the back is of same color. In this, because I'm showing you all, I'm using a different color for the back, the reverse side of the fabric. Okay, adding the shading. Again, lesser and lesser shading as you go from light to dark. Same thing over here, the crease lines are going to be darker and the shadow of the upper fabric falling, that part is going to be darker. So this is going to be like my fourth or a fifth tone. I'll keep on adding. Now, by the time I reach the last tone, I'll just add 5% to it or just 10% to it. Now, if you see the darkest thing, I'm just adding slightly, just the edges to give the highlight. So that's how the shading is done. Now coming to the reverse side of the fabric, I'm giving a pink. Okay, for the bustier also, sides are darker. Below the bust is going to be darker. The cups are going to be rounded. So do the shading correctly. And I'm adding a darker tone to it. And we are almost done. giving the detailings as much as possible. The fingers, the hair, I'll give a lovely black hair. Now while doing the hair shading also, your line should flow according to the flow of the hair. Giving the earring, and we are done. I'll be uploading a video on watercolors also, on poster colors also. So keep subscribing. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you don't miss out on the video. Thank you.